everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the first video of the Pure Chaos YouTube channel with my absolutely real voice so that everyone will recognize me in real life and know who I am and they can cyberbully me on the internet. Yay! Anyway, after a long term of delay and just procrastinating making YouTube channel because of fear of judgment and also because of my laziness and also because of how I took a while to figure out how to use an AI voice to hide my identity on the internet. So sorry about that. And this is my first video. I just published the channel and I absolutely have no idea what I'm going to do with the channel, but I just want to make more long-form content that I could not do on the TikTok platform. So yeah, welcome my very first followers and subscribers to this very first video. Before we go on, I just want to say that this video is very unscripted and I'm very nervous and I might fumble a bit in my voice, so I do apologize for that. But I also promise that I'll go get better in the future if I can really. Oh my god, it already started. Then but you know what I need, right? The first video, you have already seen the title. Her mother is Kpop first gen female idol. The idea might be a bit confusing, but you will get what I need later on. Okay, so let's go to the ranking. The fifth tier, the bottom tier, is a citizen of Flop Chopika. These are the girlies that, let's just say, skip. Have neither quality and any serving of any kind. But I don't think any female K-pop idol deserve this title. Let's just see, I'm just putting it there to be the bottom tier. The fourth tier is Girls So Confusing.
It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl.
These are the girlies that have many potential to grow further, but they just have a very lack at serving. And where are they even going? Girls So Confusing. The third tier is a daughter. These are the girlies that definitely have potential to grow further, but they just haven't in the moment. But they have definitely shown some very rough diamond moment. The second tier is mother. These are the mothers, and they show how you can serve in a really slay way. The first tier is the super mother. They just not serve, but they also teach others how to serve. They made an impact, a footprint on the industry, and it's very confusing at first, but when you go to the list, you'll get what I mean. So in the very first video, we'll go to 5 groups first, which are the 5 most successful and most impactful girl groups in the first gen, which are I-DLE, aespa, SSERAFIM, and NewJeans, or as we Vietnamese always call them, the 5 Dragon Princess. So we'll go to them in the order of their debut date and which each group is their age order. I hope it makes sense. First one, we have Miyeon. Miyeon is such a princess, isn't she? It's her nickname already. And all thing I love about Miyeon is she's such a femme queen. She even out-femmed Sana. And whoever does out-friending Sana. So in the group, she's actually my least favorite. Because compared to other members who have such a unique aura and vibe in K-pop, the archetype of Miyeon of being like the visual of the group, being a very nice and friendly, outgoing visuals member, it's very like typical, I think, because I have seen that of kind of vibe with Jeanz, BTS, with Jisoo. In my head, she's basic in the industry, but when the basicness is put in a group of unique individual, her basicness become such a serve on her own. Although I didn't like her stage brand as much because I always think that she has stiff on stage, she did compensate that with her vocal and surely carry the group vocal technique, and that balance is what I appreciate Miyeon the most. For me, she is a mother. Because I definitely see that I have a certain bias to certain member that I'm trying my best to be objective and to consider the legacy and the impact. Next, we have Minnie. Minnie is the siren of K-pop. I thought the title was already given to her. I don't know, whatever, but then people on TikTok just keep making I-DLE who's the setting voice of K-pop, and then they put in Giselle, they put in Lily or something like Rami. But like originally, Minnie claimed the title. Did I remember that correctly? Like no one give up the sudden eyes, the sudden voice, the sudden vibe, It's a sudden aura, such in Minnie. And I'm not seeing Minnie serve is that she is the most consistent writer that idol. He did consistently the best B-side out of the three. I will explain to her debut this January. With my love for me and how she served and restays slays, especially on stage, I've still had to putting her in Mother with Miyeon because impact-wise, many are really underappreciated and hadn't been recognized as much as I wanted. And one criteria of being super mother is that you have to have a certain type of influence of it in the street. I just because many can be appreciated more in the future. And third, we have Surgeon. Surgeon, my favorite idol of the fourth gen, and probably in the entire K-pop as well. We have been talking a lot about her abuse treatment and how she was kicked out very unsafe from idol, but I just want to talk about her greatness in this video. For me, when we talking about Surgeon, I know about a girl with friends, but in Vietnam, we low-key recognize Surgeon as the best, idol in the force with the most stage presence. And as a Surgeon, by the time was very flattered, but I also recognize that she is not technically the best performer of the fourth gen, and I disagree with that statement. Because for me, Surgeon is the most captivating performer, and there's a difference between a captivating and the best performer. She's not even the best performer in the group, I would say, because compare her to Soyeon. Soyeon is the one who can really hype up the stage and who really can really own the stage to her own and really hype up the crowd. For me, Soyeon is that she has such a natural aura that draw people attention to her. And it's really captivating in a sense that I really appreciate it. And if she was in the group, she would slay even further. When she left the group and came back as a solo artist, I didn't expect her to be as an artist with good music or singing, because singing the performer and not really a copying vocalist. But then I was really shocked with her EPs, I guess C and Wrist. Why the title tracks can be asked, the quad-chip B-sides are very good and cohesive. So yes, like Minnie, although she's personally my favorite, considering how she was on hiatus, her impact was really delayed and minimized. But that being said, she's still a mother. Next, we have the leader idol, Soyeon. With the first three, you can see how they serve in their own way, but the impact was not really outstanding or really enough for me to put them in super mother. But now we're looking at Soyeon, we can definitely see that, right? Soyeon impact on the industry is really insane because she literally carried her company financial status after Hyuna and BJOB and V's left. She raised the group on her own to be this successful today. She is a creative director, she's a songwriter, she's a rapper, she's a dancer, she's a vocalist. And left mention more about the fact that she's been recognized as a hitmaker and as a decorated songwriter. She is the mentor to May 4th and 5th gen idol out there. She literally a super mother who births and trains a bunch of young female idols missing to die, or even male idols. Chief and produced for other idols, and then gives them the first win with CLC and QWER. I don't know how to pronounce that name. She is respected by many seniors in the industry as well, and even collaborate with them. I don't care about jawheading her for her English or pronunciation or something. In A Wife Alone, she's a super mother. Because for me, a super mother is something that really special and really has some meaning, and all you feel can really touch it. Next, we have Uki. Uki is such a Chinese it girl in K-pop, isn't she? She had a really loyal fan base. It can sing, dance, even rap, and songwriting. Above all that, I really love her unique voice. For me, if she was a Korean, she's even more popular in the country right now. But what's shocking me about Uki is that there's a gap of songwriting skill between her and her older sister, Minnie and Soyeon. The soul songs that are written by her are better than the songs that she's written for the group. In addition, there's a lot of cultural appropriation, and that's really make her sliding stars crease so much.
Let's beat on slap. That boogie baby's on top.
But that being said, I really cannot deny her energy and what she has done. For me, she's still a mother. And the final member, we have Shuhwa. Is this what before 2021 Shuhua was be at the bottom tiers or at least insecure, cause so confusing. Because this girl was like literally invisible in the group for me in those years. But then after Sojin left, something went in the food that she ate and the water that she drank. Probably the trauma, but I feel like the responsibility she had to fill in the gap that Sojin left has really made her such a captivating performer and becoming more confident in herself. For me, Shura slays in a way that is not really talent-wise, but in the aura-wise and how she capitalized on her beauties to the greatest. Because if you see out the visuals in K-pop, they always had to be this kind of like femme and very girly and very nice. Shura slays in the sense that she's fierce. She doesn't care what other people think, and she's always ready to set boundaries with her haters and the publics as well. Like look at her comments that she replied. It's so funny. And for that, Megan bias that she's also a mother. Okay, so watching with you would be saying that you put everyone in mother, or it's a fun, or it's not my fault that idols is a group full of unique individuals, but compared to other group players, you can see what I mean, where not everyone can be a mother, and while other criteria and the vibe that I am setting. Next, we have aespa, a girl group that's slaying the most this year. First, we have the leader, Karina. What can I say about Karina? Oh my god. I know that Karina is not like the official visual or whatever, and I don't really like the visual position in K-pop in general. But in terms of like traditional position, I really admire how SM can find a visual that's both suiting the Korean beauty standard, that also suits the group concept that they're setting for aespa. Just like other visuals in SM, Karina is not a talentless idol. She can sing, rap, dance, and even have the most potential to be the soloist at the group. Like her song Up is everywhere on the chart. But that's the reason that she's chosen as center. That when you think of aespa, you think of the Black Mamba, you think of like the AI concept, you think of the surreal visual, and all of that is packed in Karina. She slayed in a really unique way, and I have never seen such a similar aura before. I remember previously that I can like make a connection between Mion auras to Jisoo's aura, but yeah, I can make the same connection between Karina with anyone. I really want to put her in Super Mother. Like I haven't really seen how she like impact to in the industry or into other idol in general. But I think that just wait a few years and give her time, and she will give me my answer. But for now, she is a mother, a really strong mother. Giselle, oh my god, I can use as my favorite member in the sense that she can write, she can rap, and she's the one that's slaying the most this year and this recent era with Whiplash with that pink hair. Oh my god. People often criticize her for her stage presence, but I think that she has really improved that really well in recent year. Top of that, her facial expression and how she can like own the stage in a really cunt way. So what I really love her so much. For me, she's also a mother. Winter, a bit similar to Mignon. I also think that Winter is kind of like the most boring in the group because the type of the feminine, nice, and pure visual is already like common in K-pop. I also criticize her a lot in the past for stage presence and how she always looks a bit dull. But that being said, with the group, she's also improved a lot. That Armageddon Sun came into the concert or it gave me enough evidence to recognize her improvement. And even without that, she's still a very strong vocalist. Also, I say that her visual is boring. I also think that that aura and that vibe contrast very well with Karina. And that's a reason why SM capitalized on that and always put them two together to see how both of them contrast each other. Yeah, so standing my bed as style, she's also a mother. Ning. Oh, Ning. We can all agree that Ning is the best model and the best poster of the fourth generation, right? Like, oh my god, have you seen her photos? You wanna be on top? She's the main vocalist, and her songboard, I think, is the most underrated of the four solo songs. She's also a mother. Okay, look. I know that I think that I will show you guys how other ranks might look like, but so far the first two groups are really, really strong contenders, and I cannot lower their rank. But for the following trees, I promise that there will be some variants, so just hold on, okay? Next, we have Ive, starting with Gal. Am I pronouncing her name correctly? So correct me if I'm wrong. Gal is like the hidden gem of the group, right? She doesn't have much opportunity to shine as other member, but when she does, and she really owns it. Remember that viral video of her in Afterlife? Yeah, that's definitely her era. But for me, she has a lot of potential to grow further. And although I do not necessarily think she's the most captivating member, as a stronger vocalist or even rapper or anything, she can definitely fill in a role in the group. And I just hope that she didn't have to get the least line or the screen time out the member anymore. But for now, I'm thinking she belongs to the middle tier. Next, we have Yujin. Oh my god, my bias. And there is a reason for that. Although Gal can be the best dancer, we can all agree that Jeanz is the best performer of the group, right? I was often very bored by Ive's performance because there's something definitely lacking with other member, but then I can only look at two members as Wanyoung and Yujin. Maybe because they are I-Zone member and have more experience, but then if we dig deeper, I think it's because Wanyoung already has such a natural aura to her, and Yujin just never stopped improving as a performer. Every stage to perform, I was always wowed by how she just keep on learning and improving and really owning that stage. There's a reason why she becomes the leader of IVE. For me, she's a mother. Next, we have Ray. What should I say about Ray? I think that Ray is not the strongest dancer, performer, singer, or rapper. But like, I really like her TikTok. She's kind of funny. But other than that, I was often very bored by her stage presence, and the aura is not really strong for me to look at her very often. And I think among the group, she's definitely not the most impactful member as well. But she's definitely some moment on stage. I just cannot think of one. So if any Ray stand here, I hope that you can let me know. For now, I think I will put her in. Yeah, I think the daughter tier would be fine. Next, we have the one and only Wanyoung. I mean, that's the reason that we name her the fourth Gen It Girl, right? Even though It Girl was only given by Jennie. But then we saw how she served and how the media was treating her. And then we came to realize that, oh, we are doing the same with the fourth Gen female idol. And that girl is Wanyoung. For me, Wanyoung impact and legacy has never really relied on her beauty or how she has many brand deals or how she's a face of the group, the center or anything. Although that's definitely a slay and a serve, her real impact on the culture is the Wanyoungism and her Lucky Vicky mindset that really boosts the confidence of many girls and many children that are idolizing her in Korea and in the globe in general. Like, that's an impact. And there's definitely a reason why she's the center of IVE and how Starship chose to push her and Yujin in the group. Like, my girl is already the center of attention since I-Zone, and she just kept ignoring the hater and continuing slaying, and I cannot deny her impact on the culture. Like, just look at how she changed her industry. She's a supervisor for me. Let's look and compare, not compare, but like drawing the connection and the contrast between how two only supermothers right now. Because I think that they serve in such an opposite, just similar way. Because Soran is criticized and also admired by how she's breaking the boundary for female idol and being very outspoken, very bold in her message. Like, she's doing the male job as a woman in the industry. And Wayne is in the opposite end of the spectrum, whereas she is often criticized for her femininity and how she's too cringy, too girly, she's too pink, too soft, and also confident. And I think that similarity is they are confident while breaking the boundary that the society set for women, that they cannot be too masculine or too feminine, too bold or too soft. Yeah, I think that's what makes them so special and the only supermothers in this list so far. Next, we have Liz. This is such a sweet voice, isn't she? I have always seen her. She has such a pretty face, but like the Koreans are also recognizing and praise her beauties real well in recent months, and how fairy-like she is, and how like gorgeous she is in general. I think she's really slowly growing on her own terms and getting better recognition, and I'm really happy for her. And I just wish it for a moment that she can really shine. But for now, she's also in the daughter tier. Lisa. Lisa is also a baby that I often ignore at first because, first of all, she's a baby. She was 14 when she debuted. I don't really want to give much of my attention to minors in the industry because it has never gone well.
겁이 나서 시작조차 안 해봤다면 그댄 투덜대지 마라 좀 GG.
In her first few years, she was definitely criticized for her lip syncing, for stage presence, and how she, like, similar to One Young, criticized her, I don't call it pygmy behavior. And I think we should say stupid and how they can cyberbully and nitpick a teenage girl action for that. But in recent comeback, I think since Batty, she really grows as a performer and as a vocalist. But there's something that's still very lacking, and I think she's still young and she still has something to improve further. But for now, I think I will put her in dollar as well. I think that these sales is like really looking up to One Young as a role model or something. Yes, I think that there's a lot of like similarity and parallels between them. I don't know. I'm a non-fan, so maybe Dive can give me more detailed answer down below. Next, we have SSERAFIM, the group that has the biggest head trends this year, starting with Sakura. This girl has many lives, doing so many jobs, being in so many groups, and she just keeps like evolving. And I really appreciate her for that. Even when her background in J-pop and Japan in general was not skill focused, she really tried her best to be a better dancer and try to be more confident in her vocal. Although the improvement is not that outstanding to see yet, but I really had to appreciate her legacy and how she is one of the very first Japanese idol besides Misamo to really bridge the gap and open more doors for a Japanese idol to the K-pop scene nowadays. I think like she's not the best idol in terms of skills by any sense. It's like she's even in the bottom tier, to be honest. But what I really like is that how she always tries to catch up. Although talents-wise are bottom tier, her impact, the stories, and her aura alone is a mother, to be honest. Next, we had Jeanz. Oh, I can hear the fanboys screaming down below in the comment.
My pronouns are USA.
My pronouns are USA.
Jeanz is one of the most successful rebrands in K-pop. In I-DLE, she fits so well in the groups like flowery and delicate and posh concept that moving in to become the leader of SSERAFIM is when she really, really explodes as a phenomenal performer. Like, she's really fearless and anti-fragile. Although she's not personally my favorite, the way she shaped the heart of the fanboys, it really, really tells something. And I think that among the group, her and Jeanz is the most well-rounded individuals, and I can imagine two of them be the soloists in the future. And that's why she's also a mother. Next, we have Jeanz. I think alongside with I-DLE, I think Jeanz is one of the most promising songwriter among the female first-gen idols. This girl is also a performer, and she can dominate stage if she wants. She also learns to sing opera, which is a bonus slay. But we also know that she cannot be a supermother, right? Although I think that she is overhated for the entire, like, I want to change the industry side of thing. I still acknowledge that she doesn't make that much of impact like One Young or Soyeon. You know what I mean? And she needs to do more. It's not like I'm expecting her to do that. At the end of the day, she's just an idol in a broken industry. I'm just saying in the context of her saying, and I just wish that if that's her dream to change the industry, she could do more. Yeah, so with that being said, her slayage is enough for me to put her in mother. Next, we have Kazuha. Kazuha is really a weird case because she is marketed as the next phase to the The next Japanese visual alongside Sakura, the ballet girl, re-slaying and recapturing a lot of tension back in 2020 and 2023. Her fan games also had a lot of views. I really wanted to put her in Mother, but like the live singing scandal. And she really does not make much noise, like positive noise this year. And I just cannot see her like breaking the mold and like slaying further apart from the standard image that she is marketed to me. You know what I mean? So I'm very hesitant. For me, she's in the daughter category at the moment. I think that in general, the head train after the Coachella performance and the entire hype drama this year have really impacted the girls a lot, both in terms of like their well-being and how and the perception of the public, yeah, including myself. So it's really just really sad to see how the media play strategy of a company backfire like that. And speaking of drama, you cannot forget about the girl Gara, right? Although I did not really care about her case, and I was thinking like talents-wise and like aura-wise, this girl was destined to be the center of the group. Like you've seen her the choreography of Fearless and Blue Flame. You could clearly see how they tried to market Garam as the next big girl until her scandal happened and then she got kicked out of the group, right? I'm still thinking that she has such a slay, a unique slay, and could be such a natural performer in the group, but then she just doesn't have the chance. Much potential, but disappeared within a few weeks. So, girl is so confusing. Next, we have Eunchae. I think that a magnet of K-pop branding that like, her fans trying to push her, or at least how hype try to market her in the recent year. Though it works at first, but then now it kind of backfire because at some point you cannot be cute forever and you have to show some talent and at least some kind of play to the audience because K-pop ageism is really crazy. And the moment that she turned 18 this year and then she's no longer the cute baby in the public eyes and the Coachella controversy happened. Although I really think that she has a lot of potential to become a captivating performer. I mean, she's still a SSERAFIM member. Their singing ability is very limited. I still think that SSERAFIM is one of the most captivating performer of their generation. But for now, she cannot be a mother. She's a daughter. Finally, for this video, we have NewJeans, or should I say Jeanz, the group that broke out their contract with Hype and the company Adore lately and really stir a lot of controversy at the moment. And I just don't want to talk about that. It's kind of messy and I don't really want to side with any of these greedy capitalists. But I just want to talk about this later at the individual. Because for me, NewJeans is such a strong group, but when we play them individually, they are not the strongest player by any means. Let's start with Minji, because when NewJeans' popularity exploded, she's always got the most popular rank among the group. But then I'm thinking like, because Erin and Hein are the youngest and they really haven't matured yet, and then Hani and Danielle are the two foreigners, and then they have to pick someone to be like the popular Korean it girl of the group, you know what I mean? And then they just have to pick Minji. But for me, she has one of the most like boring aura among the group. I understand why Min Hee-jin is so obsessed with her in terms of her youth and her innocent look. For me, like I said, the innocent and nice, a soft visual, I'm just really so bored. And talent-wise, we also agree that she, even in the group, is not even one of the most talented or attractive member, right? Call me if I'm wrong. I just don't understand the hype. For me, she's in the girl so confusing. I'm really confused by how she is marketed. Next is Honey. I think among the members, Hani is one of the most, if not the most talented member. She writes songs and she can dance. I think she's the main dancer of the group, right? For me, she's very strong in the group, but compared to other mothers, you can see here, you can see the difference, right? And for me, she needs to do more to level up. And for now, she's in the daughter category. But if you ask me about her impact with the case of her being in the court or something, that entire drama was so unserious. Like Korea has so many much more serious problems to handle, and they tried to glamorize and spectacularize the entire case. It's just so American of them. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't want to talk about politics, but like, girl, your country has so much more problem to care about. I'm not saying Honey's problem or situation isn't serious, but I'm criticizing how the media is like spectacularizing and in this case when ignoring other more serious problems in the country right now. Next, we have Danielle. I think the Australian girlies in NewJeans are the more slaying one. Danielle, for me, is one of the most captivating member in the group. She also writes songs. She can really sing, but like not really in the most outstanding way. And I think she got a lot of backlash for her role in The Little Mermaid, right? But for me, she's still a daughter tier. Next, we have Herin. I think when Minji's hype died down, and the Herin kind of like are growing up. Herin and Hein in general are also kind of growing up. Koreans also saw the two of them and recognized that they are more captivating than Minji. And then these two kind of captures more and more attention from the public. When I read the newspaper, I think Herin was often praised for her face card and how she looks like a cat, I think. And then Hein often praised by her like model-esque look. But like in this channel, we don't talk much about visual, and visual can only take you so far to a certain extent. And in terms of aura or talents-wise, comparing to Hani or Danielle, I don't think they are the most talented member in the group, letting alone in the industry. Also in the group, so confusing. Okay, now looking back, I also want to put Ray and Lee So in first tier. I think their energy kind of match each other more. Okay, so that's a wrap for this video. I think this video will cause a lot of controversy. If I have any viewers, whether you disagree or agree, feel free to comment down below. But please be respectful. And if you like my content, please put up a like and subscribe button so that I can make more videos. But for now, bye bye.
Hey, I'm Sabrina Carpenter from Girl Meets World, and you're watching Disney Channel. Voila!